Well, it's interesting to look at who the top choices were in terms of Tory members, their backing for Conservative backbench MPs, because, of course, I recently did a video on the Conservative Home survey that found Lee Anderson voted backbencher of the year, followed by Boris Johnson, and third was Jacob Rees-Mogg, which I think shows you the influence Mogg still has, the support he has from grassroots Conservative supporters. And there's no doubt that in government, Mogg was one of those genuinely trying to implement a proper Conservative agenda to properly achieve some real reform. It seems other elements of the government weren't as interested in that sort of agenda. But interesting now to see this being reported that Mogg actually considered running to be Conservative leader. And I did a video about this, but it looks like being confirmed now, Mogg did consider running to be the next leader of the Tory party, and that he could mount a campaign, he could make a bid for the Conservative leadership were Rishi Sunak to step down or be ousted. Now, in terms of the Conservative leadership at the moment, it looks like after the ousting of Boris and then Liz Truss, that things have settled down, and it looks overwhelmingly likely, I think at the moment at least, that Sunak will lead the Tories into the next general election. Now, whether they're any better with Sunak at the helm or not, let me know your thoughts below. Something I've certainly picked up on in terms of Rishi Sunak is he seems to be all over the place in terms of the things that he's spoken about. I've said before, he seems a nice fellow. But if you look at the statements and sort of policy direction that he spoke about, including on Brexit, he then seems to have moved away from it. And he's under pressure to deliver on this, including from Jacob Rees-Mogg, because you see this Financial Times report that Sunak is under pressure to stick to a 2023 deadline for reviewing or scrapping EU laws on the UK statute book. Mogg, quoted by the FT there, is saying, "We need to settle this by the 2023 deadline," which, by the way, seems like more than enough time to me. But Mogg saying, "Otherwise, Labour will use this at the next election and create all sorts of stories about how we intend to scrap workplace rights and environmental regulations." And he says we need to get on with it. And certainly, that is, that sentiment of getting on with it. Enough talk, implement some damn Conservative policies with the huge majority that you've been given in Parliament. I read many of your comments and you want to see the government get on with it. But another Conservative there from the ERG saying, "We've been talking to Number 10 and we've been assured they won't shift the deadline back to 2026. If they did, there would be trouble." Certainly, I think the support from Brexiteers that the Conservatives have lost, and, a significant proportion of Leavers and indeed of Conservative voters switching to Reform now because they've had enough talk from the government. They actually want to see them deliver. This is a key example of where the government really should listen to the likes of Mogg and, in his words, get on with it. Let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below, guys. As ever, I will keep bringing you all the very latest, so please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. Would really appreciate it. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.